Hi, my name is Stefan Raphael. I'm a student at Temple Medical College, and this is a windshield survey that I did in the city of the city of Lauderdale Hill. The city of Lauderdale Hill is located in Broward County, Florida, South Florida, and as of 2020 census, the population was 74,482. The boundary of the city is from the west, you got Fort Lauderdale. From north to south is Commercial Boulevard and Broward Boulevard. From the east is West 131st Street and Pine Island Road. After conducting preliminary information that I collected, I spent about 2 to 3 days. Well, I spent 3 days driving around the community just to take a feel to see, to assess, like I said, to survey. I search for problem areas and see where there can be improvement, and so I'm gonna share with you what I found. First thing first, Lauderdale Hill, it's mostly residential. They have some business area from the east side of the city, but it's mostly residential. And even then, the cities look like it's divided into two. The east side, where I'll say the lower class citizens stay, we have older building from the 60s, and on the west side, we got the newer apartment complex or the newer dwelling, new houses. People that can afford it move there. There are a few parks or public spaces. They do have a park in the west side, but in the east side, there's not much public places for kids or for sports or anything like that. They have high school in the west and high school in the east, and obviously the east is, more different size. How to say it? It's more lower income, so there's more crime in the east than in the west. Um, I visited a complex in the east that, by all estimates, there's about three to 400 residents in that complex. The building was not in good shape, but surprisingly, the people that live there were happy that they had a chance. They have somewhere to live. They have a place to stay. And one thing that struck me is I see a lot of police presence in the west side where crime is low, I guess, but in the east side where there's mostly, I think, the need for more police presence was there. Not really. Um, when it comes to culture and entertainment, I didn't see much of that. They, there's a library, Broward County Library. They have two library in the area, but that's about it. Um, the street from the west side is pretty clean, um, because the west side mostly have gated communities and it's pretty much clean. Um, I'm guessing that they have tilled grass and everything. The east side is a little bit different. The streets they're not dirty, but they are not as well kept as the west side. So there's a discrepancy over there. Um, like I said, the community, it's mostly residential. They do have some businesses, but compared to downtown, it's not much businesses. And they do have, when it comes to what type of business, and the west side, Sawgrass Mall is not too far, but it's in another city, so I will not count that as part of it. But they do have on the west side some corner shop or high end like Whole Food or Publix or stuff like that. And the east side they had a Bravo supermarket and Sedano's, and they have a lot of liquor store, a lot of chicken place, fried chicken place, little mom and pop shop. That that struck me again. And there's public transportation in the east, but not in the west. Um, the east side they have public transportation going, you know, from north to south, and when it comes to east and west, the public transportation go part of the east and go back to go straight to other cities in Broward County. So not much. In the east side, there was a lot of church or religious building where people worship. So that's one thing that struck me. And as a nurse, one thing that I was looking for is to see what type of community health or what type of community health services were available to the people in the neighborhood. They do have some urgent care from Broward Health, but there's no major hospital per se inside the city. So if somebody had emergency, they will have to travel outside of the city boundaries to find emergency help. But they do have how you call it? It's not ER, but those like Concentra or One Care. Those are, I guess, clinic that open during the day from 8 to 5 or 9 to 6. Those are basically the main access to the people in the community, which I find that it's not adequate for the size of the community. Yeah, it's not adequate. The population is a little bit older in the east, and the west is, I'm guessing, more youthful. Um, what surprised me the most is I did get out the car to go to that building complex in the east, and the people I was trying to ask questions, and the people was pleasant and nice, even though, to be honest, I was a little bit scared, or I didn't know how they were gonna see my, me asking questions and stuff like that. Rent was high in the east, and the west. I didn't have a chance to ask about stuff like that when it comes to rent. Okay, that's one of the most unexpected thing. How people was pleasant and they seem happy, even though you know the area is a lower class, but they would seem happy. Um, Community strength. I will always say the people. That's what make the community, and that's what I think the community strength is. Biggest challenges. The biggest challenges I can come up with is because there's not a strong healthcare support or access to healthcare. So I think that's the biggest challenges that the city of Lauderdale is having. What aspect of the community stood out to me? Yes, that's the aspect of the community that stood out to me is the difference between the east and the west. The east is, yes, I understand it's older. Yes, I understand the is been there. There's not much renovation. There's not much improvement to what's already there, and how the west of the community is developing into, you know, I'm not gonna say utopia, but the best that it can be. The west of the community is nice. Yeah, I wouldn't mind live there. It's a middle upper class, I would say. So those differences, even though they're like not too far from each other, that a few, 10 miles that separate the east from the west, but that stood out to me. Um, how can I use the information that health promotion and wellness? So if I wanted to pursue something in community health, establishing a good or clinic where everybody can get access to health care, that will be a great thing. Even though from the west, I guess I didn't see much hospital or anything in the west also, because I'm guessing they'll go out to other cities they can afford it. But for those that cannot afford it, community health is one way to protect the community. We know with what we just went through with COVID and everything, every community can use as much help as they can do. Okay, let me see. I don't know if I'm missing anything. Yes, like I said, early access, easy access to medical services. No, there's no primary clinic or anything, and the discrepancy between the east and the west when it comes to cleanliness, that stood out to me. My overall impression of the community, the it's a good community. It got potential. If everybody in the community or the leaders in the community come together, the the community have potential. I'm not sure exactly what to do. Although the east side of the community is an aging community, which mean that they're definitely gonna need the health care or the community health aspect. But I think the new residents or the middle class, the west side of the community, is very younger, or yes, younger. So yeah. Oh, one thing I did appreciate to see a strong presence when it comes to ethnicity. The east side, the place that the apartment complex I was able to visit, they were well mixed in terms of races. The Hispanic, non-Hispanic, the blacks, brown, they were all together as one group. Okay, there was not much separation between them, so I think that's a good thing. Okay, they interact good with each other. At least while I was there, I don't want to say that, but yes, at least what I saw, that's what I saw. They do have school. Like I said, the school, in my opinion, the school in the West is better. They're A, when I researched it, and they're A schools, A plus school, and the East, they're still passing school. They're like, B's and C's, but yeah. I guess that's it when it comes to the survey, the windshield survey. Um, Thank you for the opportunity to share my finding with you guys. All right, thank you.